But that's the vulgarity. Hi everybody.
That's
Hello
the
and
best you
welcome.
got? What is
That's
this,
the best I got
Shrek?
today. Yeah.
Daylight savings, man.
Shrek confirmed. Smash 5. You heard it here, folks.
You heard it here. It sounds like a Rick and Morty episode.
Anyway, this is the Dungeon Folks. This is the Young Folks' official Dungeons and Dragons game where we stop talking, moves music, start playing Dungeons and Dragons. I'm Alex Suffolk, your Dungeon Master. I'm a little exhausted, and I feel like I'm coming under the weather. I might be a little lax on the voices, so if that's a thing you're into, I'm sorry. I'll still try, but it won't be as up to snuff. But I'm joined with all my other cast members, all these other fine writers at the Young Folks. We got the full cast here today, and they are not sick? ? So you'll get full
Not
performances
yet.
out of all of them.
Just sleepy.
Woohoo! Yeah, time change. Great. Great. So glad America does it. Anyway, so let's continue our story, shall we? So we are picking up in the jungle, this great fantasy metropolis full of various dangerous districts, and our brave heroes are planning a heist to steal some weapon schematics from a powerful tinkering gnome. But in order to get into the party, to begin with, you all need to secure your own invitations. So you all have split off, and you've gotten into your own misadventures along the way while we're building up to this bigger scene. You've encountered the cult of Nakresh, who you've dealt with a little bit more, and the night before you dealt with in quotation marks a zealous member, and you have adopted a former member, young Turgid Coldbarrow, as your new young ward. Alexandris, you have gone off to investigate this undead man who has risen from the grave and is sort of causing a muck around the religious community. Flint, our favorite fighting dwarf, just fought probably his hardest fight in the fighting pits yet.
That was a good one.
And now he has one more, the current champion of the Fight Club. Ori is still sleeping over at the Dragon's Dungeon, having been visited by Alvin Blacklung. You all got your own little magic items, but Ori's sleeping in while everyone else is on their adventures. And Merritt and Karnov, you returned to the Butchers, this sort of rough organization that manages the warehouse district, and the backing up truck, apparently.
Whose truck is that?
It's appropriate for a warehouse. Actually, oddly appropriate there. And you have returned there to meet up with Ziggy Starchild, the beautiful bard. Only to discover
that went well.
So fab.
Only to discover that he is currently missing. And you have no idea why, only that the Butchers will come for your necks in about 24 hours if you don't find him. You have no idea where he is, although you did leave him with the magic plot MacGuffin. So maybe he discovered
that nobody cares about, apparently.
That nobody cares about, except for him.
You do now.
You do now. You hear that? Chug a chug. That's the railroad. No, just kidding. So we will pick up with you, Eric and Karnov. You have just been forcefully escorted out of the Butchers' main headquarters warehouse. You are still feeling rather sore, Merritt, after being thrown across the room. I hope a massive half-orc, enraged.
We were going back to the tavern to wake Ori up, I do recall.
Yes.
Well, first things first, I'm going to drink one of my health potions that I've been squandering for the past couple games to heal. Like, how much HP was taken out of me last time?
10. You took 10.
So I'm gonna take one of the health potions that I have and drink it.
It is 2d4 plus 2.
Right,
So it might get you 10. That's the max you can get from it.
So there's a 6. No, 2d4.
2d4.
2d4. All right. So there's a 3,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a 2.
So 5 plus 2, you get 7 health back.
We're sort of good as new.
Almost.
Close
You
enough.
are now,
Close enough.
You're now at 21 as opposed to 24, but you were at 14. So hey.
Close enough.
All right.
It's a
so
start.
and as you guys are leaving the warehouse, you actually you begin to hear a bit of an altercation, a bit of a confrontation, and you hear several gruff voices that are sort of in the vein of like, "Piss off! We don't need you wolves here."
Oh.
And then you also hear sort of a more refined, if persnickety and snooty voice, just like, "We know that you mongrels have one of our members in there. The Alpha does not abide by this impudence." You hear the gruff voice being like, "We don't give two shits about your Alpha."
Let's not get involved. Let's not get involved. Let's not get involved.
Let's
So
leave.
You guys are sort of walking and keeping a rough distance, and as you are walking past, you see, sure enough, that there are about 5 members of the pack at the gates of the butcher's headquarters. They are led by a woman with orange hair, and they're all looking rather annoyed, and you can see that there are about 4 butchers that are sort of gathered outside, and they all have these huge great axes at the ready. There's like this massive dragonborn man, there's a dwarf, and there's 2 Goliaths, and they're just staring down these members of the pack who you can easily identify by their black suit with silver trims. And
So, this is my suggestion. Let's not get involved.
Yeah, I don't
Focus on
like
the task at hand.
I don't like the pack as much as you do, so let's just go.
And like as you say, let's not get involved. You hear a roar as the burly dragonborn man just charges at one of the people in the pack and just cleaves the head straight off of this human corpse like a golf swing. And then, like out of instinct, the woman with the orange hair and 2 other members of the pack pull out their metal wands and just point aim right at the dragonborn, and you hear the pow, 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 as their guns go off point blank into his scaly hide, and you see bits of scale and flesh just torn as these holes now emerge in his shirt, and he doesn't even care. He just keeps going, and he starts embedding his axe into another member who pulls out short sword, but way too late, and he's getting chopped down until the one with orange hair just puts up her gun right at the side of his head and blasts it. And at this point, full scale fighting has broken out between this group, as you see the members of the pack scurrying, trying to run back and firing out. You see the members of the butcher just charging at them, taking the hits, but still just rushing in. And any other people, there's several other pedestrians sort of in the out in the streets, and they don't even scream. They just, as soon as they see it happen, it's almost like it's just instinct or just habit for them, and they all just run back into buildings seeking cover. As you witness these 2 formidable groups going at it with each other.
Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right, and here I am stuck in the middle with you, huh?
Well, it looks like they're not paying attention to us, so let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
So, I think I'm...
Can we leave? Can we leave?
Can,
Yeah,
can
you
we
can
use
leave.
stealth and get out of here?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, let's say that. And then, actually just roll me a dexterity saving throw, both of you guys.
Okay.
Uh-huh. What's my...
Ah! 5.
Was that for the stealth or for the dexterity?
That's for the dexterity.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this open, so it's my stealth plus. Alright, so I rolled a 15, and I have a +7 to stealth.
Okay. Yeah, Karnov, roll a stealth as well. Stealth and dexterity save. And
Okay.
then Merit, roll a dexterity save.
I'm getting real sick of this dice. I think I'm gonna switch
12?
it.
Okay.
Yes, 7 for stealth.
Alright, so you notice some of the members of the pack notice you as you run off, but they
Great.
seem way too distracted with their current endeavors. However, you hear zip, zip, like air just like frying and zipping by you. And Karnov, you take 3 points of damage as you feel, it just feels like a great sting as just slice across your shoulder, and you see a wooden beam in front of a door just like burst from a shot that is ricocheted just by you.
Yikes!
Okay.
That ain't good.
No.
But if you duck and cover and keep running, you guys get by this battle otherwise unscathed.
What a relief. So that clearly demonstrates that we are going to need help.
And more than just Ori, I think.
I don't know if we're going to get any more lucky than that.
Well, we have some coin, don't we?
You do.
I do. And we can we can see if we can get someone to, I don't know, help us.
Well, let's start back at the tavern, because we'll have to deal with all of that there.
Alright, so
Uh-huh.
at that point, Ori, you wake up. You've slept in at the Dragon's Dungeon Inn. Turgid, your new apprentice, is already awake. And he sort of smiles as he sees you stir back up in your bed. It's really bright, as there is a broken window, and the sun is just shining right through it. You also notice the small little circular stone, the carving of a face on it, that's been left on your bed. And Turgid tells you, a little gnome was here, and he said that all of you guys should have one of these. So you also have a sending stone that you can use to communicate with any of the other fine people here. It's like a little walkie-talkie. And as you're sort of waking up and getting acclimated, it's at this point that you see Merit and Karnov stumble through the door.
I like that we're the Kramer and Newman of the group. I don't know how that happened, but well done, us.
Telling you, there was a second spitter.
Good evening, afternoon, good day. I guess it's time. So
Want to
y'all
kill
just
the
wake
cult?
up?
Well,
Look, we might as well just own it. That just cut out.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just-
I just came from in such a rush.
I think she asked you guys why you guys came in such a rush.
Want to kill the cult?
Look, we had two very different answers.
Don't do that! We've already been there. Why we go?
And now we gotta do it again!
But maybe on like a
The hole in the
Higher
wall.
Larger!
scale.
A larger scale, yes! You want to kill the whole cult!
Yeah, like all of it. Poof. Tell her how we screwed up, Merritt.
Where do you want us to start?
The beginning, where you gave the amulet away.
Okay, so we were on a boat, and Flint, you think
I meant the part where
Oh,
you
more
give the
spec-
amulet away.
more specific. All right, so well, no, I did not give the amulet. I was never in possession of that amulet.
Ugh.
Be honest.
Hey, Karnov.
Yeah.
While this is all happening, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
14.
Good to know. Continue.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Long story short, we gave that silly political amulet to the wonderful Ziggy, and now he's missing. And we're pretty sure our cult friends have him.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So we'll rephrase the question again. Would you like to kill a cult?
Just
It's
thinking about it.
This
I'm still thinking about it. I think it's still quiet.
Turget sort of looks around and he's like, "You guys are trying to kill the whole cult?"
I think we've made that perfectly clear.
I mean, we're not necessarily like going with that intention, but history seems to indicate that that's how this is gonna go.
We shouldn't have let any of them escape.
We didn't.
We did. The man who transformed into the thing, he ran away. You put a thing in his head, and that could have easily just left. I've had thoughts too that are just gone.
Maybe we could draw him out with the same trick.
It's not gonna work again. Or it might.
Maybe we just have to draw attention to ourselves. I'm not sure, but yeah, people are going to die.
Well, we can just push you out into this. We just punch the street, and that alone will give attention to yourself.
I mean, we could do it, but I mean, you and I still can't fight an entire cult.
No. Can the four of us do it?
I mean, I don't know. You guys are really ambitious. If you think you can take.
All right. Target. Do you got any? Are there like any explosives that we can say detonate their headquarters with?
Hey,
Is there like an underground here that we can just load it up with explosives and boom?
I mean, there's the sewers, but
We're not blowing up the entire sewer system.
It's our only hope.
Hang on, we can think about this rationally.
I am.
Thrall, you were a member of this cult. Do you know where they might be holding Ziggy?
I mean, for one, do you know for sure that they have him?
It's one of two people. It's either them took it, or the whatever's left of the king's people took him. And we're gonna just go by the most obvious thing: the people who are looking for the thing.
And saw it around his neck.
Do we even know why they're looking for the thing?
Of course not.
They killed the last person with it.
Did they?
Yes, I got stabbed.
Oh yeah, that's right. But are they the only ones who are looking for it?
No, but they're the ones who saw him wearing it.
But but if those idiots can just figure out what it is just from the sight of it, maybe someone else could too.
I suppose you're right, but they would have had to see it and take him between us leaving his presence and when he was supposed to show up with the butchers.
Who else was along the way from where we last left him? Did we last leave him again?
On the street.
The last time you guys saw each other was in the streets of the bazaar.
Where?
Where you guys fought against the cult.
Like,
I don't know what he's getting at.
Where in relation to the rest of the city is the bazaar?
Okay, so breaking out the map. You guys are over here, down here in the tunnels, and then Ziggy and the Butchers are usually over here in the warehouse district. The Bazaar is up here in the north, just above Religion Row.
Mm. Are there any kooks in Religion Row that could have taken him?
The cult!
Are they a religion, though?
Cult!
You're gonna be more. You're gonna be more specific than that.
It's
No,
at,
no, I'm-
it's at this point that you hear a knock at the door.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, we were changing rooms. Crap.
Yeah, we're changing rooms. Have
There's a draft.
Have we fixed that window yet?
No, it's still broken as shit.
Have we paid for the window yet?
You did.
No, you've just requested to move rooms.
We should make.
We
Crap.
should jump out the window. Let's do that.
Oh, we lost Lee.
Yeah, I saw
Jumps
that.
back in. Hopefully it doesn't. Does that like mess up our layout?
Immensely.
Thanks.
Great.
Thanks.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
she's back. She's back.
Good.
She's back.
Just
back,
keep it
she's
open for her.
She's back. She's back. She's back. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
she said she
Alright.
Okay, so immensely.
She says sigh.
Does anybody get the door?
Merritt, go lie.
I'm not that. What?
You're the one that requested a new room.
God damn it. Alright. So I slowly open the door.
You see a familiar face. One you didn't expect to see here, and it's a bandaged face. It is a woman entirely covered in bandages all over
Oh,
her face.
for the love of...
Thank goodness you're here.
And she gives you a cocked eyebrow. Do you know what I'm about to say?
Broke up, Alex.
She gives you a cocked eyebrow, and she says, "Do you know what I'm about to say?"
What are you about to say?
Let me step in.
I roll my eyes. Let her in.
So, Deborah the Cut Ear walks into your room, and she looks at the three of you, and she looks at you specifically, Karnov, and she says, "We have your man. Let's talk."
Give me a reason why I shouldn't just turn you into ash.
How do you have our man?
Like I said, let's talk. And POV shift.
POV shift.
Cliffhangers. So, Alexandris,
Hi.
you are standing in Religion Row. You see a church that is under construction, and you've just seen that in this church, sort of where the bell should be, you saw the figure of Felix Thorncutter sort of lurking about.
hmm
Is there anything you would like to do?
I can't remember. Is the gate closed or am I able to walk?
It is closed. It's closed with the barbed wires, and the barbed wires have, like, decayed flesh on them.
Could I try to, like, break through the door? So we'll go through or try and open it?
You find, like, where the gates open, and they're sort of barred with several chains and a lock.
Could I try and, like, break it with my hand axe?
You can try.
Can I try it?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a d20, right?
Yeah, I guess if you're using your hand axe, roll an attack.
Okay. Where's my dice?
Travis's face. Sorry, Ryan's face is split up across the whole stream. It's just like completely random.
Okay.
You can see the disdain on our screwed up faces.
16 plus
Why?
4 is 20.
20. Okay,
20.
yeah. Roll a d6. Add your strength to it.
1.
Okay, so you whack it.
Oh, well, 3. So 1 plus 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get a good whack in it, and the metal of the lock chips a little bit. And
Half.
there's some people walking by that look at you like a little shifty-eyed.
Okay. I try and just like hide the axe from their view,
Uh-huh.
and just maybe like walk away, just so that they can't stare at me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to walk along the fence and see if there's an opening anywhere around the building.
Roll a perception check.
Let me just do it. 16.
16. Okay, so walking about the perimeter of the church, and there's like these heavy iron gates that sort of block it off as a construction zone. But sort of off to the north end of it, you can see that under the bars there is sort of a little hole, like maybe a rabbit or some kind of dog sort of dug a little bit under and sort of like has like been scooting underneath.
Mhm.
It's not quite person size, but with some time, maybe it could be.
Okay.
That's the closest you can find, other than like the gate entrance itself.
Okay. I think I'm gonna dig at the hole then to try and get under.
All right. It takes you the better part of like an hour or two. It's probably about like midday, 1 p.m. through, and even then you have to kind of suck in your gut, and you feel the metal gate, the iron bars sort of like scraping your back as you go. It feels rather claustrophobic. You get dirt all over your resplendent. Okay, you're back.
I'm back. I was trying to add a second webcam to fix this thing before she
Yeah,
came in.
is the stream okay?
It's
My
fine.
favorite-
The stream's fine.
My favorite is
Tech issues, guys.
my favorite is you turned back in like you were some sort of James Bond villain.
Dun, dun, dun.
It was good.
That's what we look like now. I just posted it.
That's what we look like.
Oh, good lord.
That's what we look like.
So, Justin, you're now DMing.
I'm peering through a hole like
I
I'm John
have the
Cusack.
power.
I'm peering through like a narrow slit like I'm John Cusack and being John Malkovich.
Yeah, it's very being John Malkovich.
Man,
This is
all
not
right.
the sequel to Get Out I expected.
This stream is really dependent on good connection, on 6 good connections. Isn't it? Oh, sorry guys.
I'm just wielding this power right now.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, as you wield that power, you have entered the premises of this church being under construction. You see lots of wheelbarrows full of bricks, lots of stacks of lumber, and some like a woodsman axe, sort of in a log. People have been splitting logs, and sort of that sort of metal scraping tool that people use to sort of refine the wood.
Mhm.
And,
Could I walk to like the wood axe and just pick it up
Sure.
and like so just to carry it, so I can carry it with me as I try to explore the area to see if there's a door inside.
Fair enough.
Cool. So I'd like to take the axe and then just keep walking into the church construction building.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the door, ironically enough, the doors to the church are unlocked. They have the locks haven't really been. Hey!
There she is. She's back.
Now this can look normal.
Hooray.
So there hasn't been a lock like in like a metallurgist who's come to like construct it for the door yet. So you're able to push it open, just like you just see the echoing of this heavy oak door being pushed open, and you can see just sort of like streams of lights, sort of in like and like streams of shadow, sort of like in a stripe formation. It looks almost like a prisoner's jacket, you know.
Mhm.
Of as you can look up, and the rooftop is undone. So as the sun is coming through, you can see it like sort of make shadows against the beams that are meant to support the roof and the ceiling.
Okay.
It's rather odd being in a church without any pews or any kind of furniture. It's literally just the building itself is being made right now. The only other thing, other than just like the layout here, is that you can see there are a set of staircases that go up. Otherwise, you see, more construction materials. Not cobwebs, but there's already some dust. Not like dust from stuff being old, but dust of being like just there's a lot of stuff like kicking up in a construction site, more like chaff than anything. And it is eerily quiet, other than what you can vaguely hear of like the river far away, and all the other people walking about in Religion Row.
Okay. I'm going to walk into the main church area.
Mm-hmm.
And can I use thaumaturgy? Is that the word?
Yep, thaumaturgy.
Can I use it to scream out his name?
Okay.
Ooh, confidence.
So you walk out into this church completely alone, nothing else in it. And as you walk under one particular beam of light, you summon the power of Kelemvor to enhance your vocal cords, and your voice rings out not just from the magic, but because of the acoustics of this tall room and tall empty room, and it just rings out the mighty bass voice, Felix.
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 Who's Felix?
Felix is the guy. He's the zombie man.
Yeah.
Oh!
Zombie.
You hear a hoarse whisper come up from somewhere up along the beams, and it just said, "You shouldn't follow me, priest."
You need to. I search around seeing if I can try and find the voice, and I scream out, saying like, "You need to return to the dead."
I tried death. It didn't take. I've got a list to take care of.
Well, I only have one name on my list.
Ooh! Ooh!
Ew.
I don't want to deal with you. You seem honest enough. But you keep being a thorn. You're the next name on the list.
I just scream out again. Like, can I use thaumaturgy again? I
Yeah.
just say, bring it.
Oh, okay.
Them be fighting words.
I got no time for this, patience. Like,
All right, I did not expect this at all, but roll an intimidation check.
okay. Fun thing is, I'm probably gonna get my butt handed to me. 13. Oh wait, let me just wait.
Intimidation.
14.
Okay. With a 14, you just hear. Fine then. Let's have some fun. And you just hear like as a flapping of fabric, as this dark shape just leaps down from the ceiling and lands just about 30 feet in front of you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to get something for this. I didn't expect to. So in the meantime, I'd like you to roll some initiative.
Ew.
10. Okay. If I do die at this, and then my character is like killed, I just want to point out this is like the confidence moment that killed me.
You still got that inspo.
You do.
Yes.
I will say though, if there's a way to go out, it's like a badass.
Yeah. Before we start, can I do one thing to him though? Can I just like raise my axe towards him and just say like, make sure to send Kelimvor my regards.
Hell yeah. All right.
Badass.
Okay.
All right. So
The glasses are on.
initiative time.
Alright. Because Lee's taking forever to get back in, I'm moving Alex's screen back up a little bit, and I'm just
Good
gonna move
idea.
Justin down.
Yeah, that's probably good.
We'll worry about that when we get to it. I'll just move everything around.
Okay. I did not. This would happen. But this is great.
Well, like, how am I supposed to kill him then?
This is fine. Okay, you go first, actually. He rolled really bad on initiative, so...
Yes. Okay. Okay, I thought I was gonna like lose on that one. Let me just see. One second. Can I? Can I use a Sacred Flame to shoot fire at him?
Yeah, he's got to make a dexterity saving throw. That is a 15 plus 2, so he rolls a 17. So I believe that succeeds. I think your save is 14.
So what do I have to check?
Your spell save DC.
Kapow, 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 kapow.
I have no idea where that is.
All right, it's on your spell sheet. So, up at the top of the spells, there's like these 3 boxes with numbers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my spell save is 14.
Okay, he rolled a 17. So
Okay.
the fire shoots down sort of from this column of light. It actually comes out of one of the lights, but he just ducks into the shadows and it
Okay.
misses. It is now his turn. And he will sort of walk forward. And he will reach out to grab you. That is a 2 plus 7. That is a 9 to hit you. I believe that misses. But then he will swing his other fist at you. That is a 17 plus 7. So that is a well, that hits. I don't think you have anything above a 20. But he doesn't actually do any damage. He just shoots out a fist and he grabs onto like the scruff, and you are now grappled, and he's looking at you, and now you're finally like really face to face with him in the light. And you can see his gray skin. You can see the noose that's around his neck and dangling down to his waist, and you see these burning red coals of eyes just focused on you. And he just says, "What's your name, priest?" And it is now your turn.
I will say Alexandros as I grab him by the neck and use inflict wounds.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you have to roll for an attack.
Okay, what? Just a d20 or
A d20 plus 6, I believe. It's a spell attack.
d20? Okay. Come on. Okay. So I swear this is real. So 19 plus 6.
Cool. That definitely hits. So roll 3d10.
So 3d10. So roll it 3 times?
Yeah, a d10 3 times.
Okay. So 10,
Sounds legit.
3, 6.
Okay, so he takes 19 points of damage. Okay, so you pull out your hand and you grab onto his jaw, and you see this sort of necrotic energy run from your hand into his skin, and it sort of like fizzles away at his cheek. And then on his turn, you see where a little bit where it fizzled slowly starts to morph back.
Crap. How am I gonna destroy this guy?
And then he just looks at you and he says, "Well, Alexandros, you're on the list now." And his eyes just light up like a lighthouse beam, just a spotlight just shooting from his face into yours. This blinding orange glare. I'd like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
And that's a d20. Okay.
Yep. D20 plus your save modifier.
Okay. Okay. Where's the save modifier?
Next to your, right next to your ability modifiers, right above the skills, there should be a little box that says saving throws.
Okay. And then it's wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is 16 plus 6.
16 plus 6. That is good. Okay, so nothing happens then.
Thank God.
As this orange light just blasts into you, and you feel all of your muscles freeze up, and you're sort of trembling with fear, and then you just close your eyes and you focus on your own strength with Kelemvor, and you shake it off, and the light goes out of his eyes, and it's still sort of burning, extra angry, but he looks rather confused that didn't work on you, and it is now your turn.
Can I use inflict wounds yet again?
Sure.
Okay, and that is a d20. Hold on. Let me
Yep.
roll it. So that is 11.
Okay. 11 total, or 11 plus your modifier?
Oh, which one's the modifier again? Sorry.
For your spell attack, I think it's plus 6. So, like, that same area where you saw the spell save DC, next to that it should say a spell attack modifier. So you add that whenever you make a roll on the d20 with a spell attack.
On which page?
Your spell page.
Oh, spell attack bonus? Yeah, so plus 6 and 11, so 17.
17. Yeah, that hits. So roll your damage.
Sweet, so 3d10. Okay, hold on. First one is 4, 8, then 1.
4, 8, and 1. Okay, that is 13. Okay, and then on his turn, you see once again it seems like everything you're chipping away, it's slowly growing back little bit by little.
That's
And then he just
freaky.
laughs at you and he says, and he actually says that. He says, "Have to do better than that."
Okay.
And he just reels back one of his huge fists, and as he does, you see it erupt with orange light, just like his eyes, and it just comes right for your gut.
Ah!
So that is
Dun-dun-dun.
a 20 to hit, not natural, but 20. And so you take. First, you take the 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then, as his fist collides with your gut, you feel that orange energy surge into your body. And then you take an additional... an additional 11 points of damage.
So 33.
Yeah. So, you are down to 1 hit point.
Yikes!
Yowza.
Oh, no.
Oh, it happens.
Lucky
I'm gonna
you.
die.
Ugh.
What can I do? What does a hold spell do?
Hold person. You cast it, and then if they fail a saving throw, they are paralyzed.
You know what? I'm just gonna try it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna hold person.
Okay. What kind of saving throw does it have to make? Does the spell say?
I'm gonna have to find it now.
All right, I can look at it. Just hold person, you say?
Yeah, hold person.
Alright. H. Looking up rules, the best part of D&D. Wisdom save. Okay.
Okay.
So
then
he's got to beat a 14.
Okay.
And he rolls a 3 plus 6, a 9.
Thank God.
So he, as he's like holding you, you feel like almost like rigor mortis again set in. He's and his entire all his muscles lock up, and he is paralyzed.
Yeah. Okay. So it's still my turn, or like, is it his turn now?
You can bonus action, you can move, but you can't take any other action.
Okay, I can bonus action or move.
Yeah. Or you can do both. You can move and bonus action.
Moving sounds like a.
Yeah. And how the hold only lasts for 1 round?
It lasts for a round. On his next turn, he can roll another save to try to shake it off.
Okay, I think I'm gonna move.
Okay.
I think I might have to move like as far away from him as I can.
Okay. You think in this direction or like where he came from?
That way, where he came from.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 6. Actually, you can probably go 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. It's probably the farthest you can get from him.
Yeah. And do I have another action, or am I done?
That is it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's his turn. Let's see if he can shake off the effect. He rolls a 9 plus 6. That is a 15. So that does, your save was 14, right?
Yes.
So you see him slowly start to regain his composure, and he just pivots around, and his eyes are burning orange. He just says, "You got the wrong man. I'm not the one at fault here. It's the church. You poor fool. You'll die like the rest of them." And he just slowly walks towards you. So he's not in melee range with you yet, but he's inching towards you. It is your turn.
What can I do?
This is tricky.
This is a hard one. Weapons aren't hurting him. Magic is barely killing him. I feel like at this point I probably shouldn't even fight him. Oh, there you go. I think in my last bit, like, could I run away?
You could try. Yeah, he's not in melee, so he won't attack you if you run.
Okay, I think at this point I have to run away.
Okay, so you turn tail and you book it for one of the other doors, and he just shouts out at you in the hoarse voice, "You're on the list now, priest. No one in the church can save you. They've already damned themselves." That's the most voice work I'm gonna do today. Jesus. So he's just shouting mockingly at you. And then you burst through the doors and you run, and you notice that the gate is actually open. And standing outside of it, there is a woman standing there, sort of like with her arms behind her back, almost like she was expecting you. You've never seen this woman before, but she has a dress made of various little patches, and she has one eye that looks to her left eye looks like almost like out of its socket, and then as you run up, it points into your direction, and she just says, and she's like, she gives you a tisks, and she just says, Alexandrus, it's quite a mess you found yourself in.
That's not even a half of it.
So we will POV shift. Flint.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I switched camera because I'm gonna go right back to it.
Oh, right. What about my health? Because I was at 3 after that good old battle there.
You were at 3, so Gorak walks up to you, and he places both of his hands on your shoulders, and yeah, you take about 20 minutes to give a breather.
Get a short rest in. Okay.
Yeah. So you get all your hit dice back. I mean, you get all your superiority dice back, your action surge, all your fighter stuff. You get it all back, and then Gorak places both of his hands on you, and you feel this restorative energy flow into you. He gives you a wink, and he says, "Wouldn't be fun if it wasn't a fair fight. But take heed. This one's going to be difficult."
Yikes.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Let's see. Sure. Sorry, I was changing my music. We kind of got some Bushido tunes going tonight.
Very good. So. Gorak stands up and he looks at the rest of the people around the pit and he says, "Bring out the champion. It's time for another title bout." Everyone just starts beating their chest as they start saying, "Title, title, title, title." And then Gorak motions your way back, sort of escorts you back to the ladder, down into the pit.
Okay.
So you're at full health for this.
Wunderbar.
So turn health. Oh.
Coolio.
Cool. And as you're standing there, you hear the rumbling, or the clinking of metal as footsteps approach. Chink, chink, chink. As you see now, standing in front of the pit, a tiefling woman, all in plate armor, holding a shield, and she has a ball and chain, and at the end of which, instead of just a ball of metal, it looks like a fist clutched with a bunch of arrows and spears poking out of it.
Oh, that's kind of dangerous looking.
And you're looking at her, and you're seeing her sort of disgusted face and her long red hair, and you realize you've seen this tiefling before. This is the woman who got really mad that the job for the queen was gone. The woman who proclaimed that Team Fireball would get their vengeance.
Team Fireball. Cool.
Can she hear that, by the way?
Probably.
Do you say that out loud?
No, because I'm probably thinking hard enough to remember it because I think I'm pretty sure I'm in pain.
Yeah, you're still in. I mean, you've been healed, but there's still some bruising and still the memory of taking all those slashes from the samurai. And Gorak approaches her and she says, "Current champion domination. As per the honor of the title bout, you must relinquish your gift of the champion." Now she shoves her shield down and she reaches her hand out, and Gorak takes a ring off her finger and he puts it on a little pillow and he says, "The prize for the champion." And he goes back up onto his throne overlooking the pit. He's now holding this pillow with a ring on it, and he nods to the tiefling woman, and then she hops down into the sand. And she looks at you, just cocks her head. She just says, "Don't I know you from somewhere?"
I kind of stretch out my shoulders a little bit after that nap, grab a weapon, say probably.
It doesn't matter. Get ready to be crushed by the weight of Team Fireball.
That's where I audibly laugh. Team Fireball. Great.
And she just snarls at you as she begins spinning this mace. And so, Flint, let's roll some initiative, buddy.
Some chortling initiative with my brand new dice.
Yeah, this is it. This is the big leagues.
2.
Coming
Good one.
in strong.
First roll.
Coming in
Thanks,
strong.
Barnes and Noble.
Well, she rolls 12, so...
Great.
Alright, so... Okie dokie. Artichoke. So, it is her turn first.
See.
And she slowly starts walking towards you, and as she does, you hear like this sort of chorus beginning to sing. And you look up briefly, it's not anybody in the audience, it's like emanating from her. And you see her shadow begin to rise and adopt this shape of this huge winged dragon. And you hear just this chorus of devils start to ring out.
I don't like it.
And you just see fire coming off of every corner of her armor as she's approaching you. And you just you feel the sweltering heat, and you begin to tremble a little bit with fear. And with that, I'd like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I have a +1 modifier on wisdom.
Yeah, so it's a d20 plus 1.
14.
14. You just make it. So as she approaches, you sort of almost feel the urge to wet yourself a little bit. But then you look down at the sand and you see the sand isn't changing at all. And you realize, no, this is just an illusion. She's just putting on a trick. And sure enough, you look up at her and she's just walking up to you. But as she is, you also see her mace. And what's not a trick is that as she's swinging it, the ball starts to light on fire.
That's why they call it that. Okay.
And she has closed the gap, and now she's right in front of you.
Yo,
And now
thanks
it
for
is your turn.
subscribing, friend.
Woo!
Or not subscribing, following.
Welcome
Somebody in the
to-
chat.
It's still good. Welcome to our Dungeon Folks game. Hope you're enjoying it. We're about to be. This is a title bout. So Flint, this tiefling woman with a flaming flail, is now approaching you. What do you do?
Well, I haven't even decided what weapon I'm using yet.
That'd be good to figure it out. Yeah, do that.
I'm just gonna go with that little great axe that who gave me that? Merit?
Merritt did. That was in his bag of
Thanks.
I sure did.
Thanks, buddy. Okay. I'm probably going to very defensively. Oh god. You know what? I might just be a little bit more. Can I play defensive for a move? Just to kind of see what she does with that axe. Or the
Yeah,
mace?
so that you can, as your action, you can take the dodge action. So you won't be able to attack, but you'll give her disadvantage on her attack.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a dodge move so that she has a disadvantage on that attack, so I can figure out what she's doing.
Okay, fair enough. So you sort of you pull out your great axe, and you sort of hunch down into the sand, and sure enough, she comes at you, and she just whoosh with the flail, and you try to duck out of the way. So she will now attack with disadvantage. So that is a natural 1. So she comes up with this huge upswing, and you just dodge, just completely out of the way. You feel a fire sort of singe a little bit on your beard as it sweeps up, and her arc up sort of throws at her shoulder for a second, and she stumbles a bit, and she looks rather
My
embarrassed.
already too short beard.
Great.
Great.
That's away. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to... I guess I'm kind of at her side now, so I'm going to take my great axe, two-hand swing it, kind of kneecap region. So...
Okay, go for it.
D20, swing... 15 plus... hold on. Strength modifier.
Yep. Plus
why do
attack modifier.
why do I forget this every week? Oh, plus attack bonus. So it's the natural
Yep.
roll plus the attack bonus.
Yep.
That's right. Okay, so
That's how attacks work.
I just forget all the time. I'm sorry. 21.
21. That hits.
Molto bene. And I'm gonna roll. Oh, this is my first time with the actual dice. Which one is the D12?
The D12 is the blocky one, the round one. That's not a D20.
Okay, because there's ones with. Okay, so it's the one with the single digits on it.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's the one that has like the
it's like
kind
the
of
little
flat size.
this one here.
That's the
No,
D10.
that's a D10. This is a D12. Looks like this. Heck.
Oh,
has,
it's the okay
pentagons.
Gotcha. Got it.
Yep,
I'm
that
still
one.
learning. I'm still learning with
That's-
the dice here.
That's your physical dice. First time physical dice.
7 plus 4. 11.
11 points of damage. Nice. As you just like carve into her knee, and as she screams out in pain, a little bit of fire erupts from that wound you just bit into her with. I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. 7.
7.
Oops.
Okay, so you will take. You take 5 points of fire damage
Okay.
as this gulf shoots out of her knee as you wound her.
Lost my eraser.
And then she will pivot around and just bring her flail across your shoulder. So that is a natural one again. So
Ooh, you were getting
Swing.
lucky.
Hey, bada,
You were getting
bada, bada.
lucky, boy.
it just comes right over, and you just duck out of the way. It seems like she's not really used to fighting dwarves, and she just goes. "Argh!" It is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to let's see. I'm gonna attempt to do it doesn't matter what side of her I'm on, but I will try a disarming attack with one of my superiority die on the hand holding her mace.
Okay, so go for that. So first you roll the attack, and then she has to make the strength save to succeed. I'll be right back as you roll those dice.
13. He took it off. Does it hit? Does it not hit?
The suspense is killing me.
Commercial break.
Now here's a word from our sponsors.
Can we actually trigger an ad, or are we not partners yet?
No.
No.
Oh, we are definitely not that far.
No,
Not
but,
with our, like-
no, but we've peaked at 7 viewers for a moment tonight.
That's nice.
7!
Yeah, nobody's saying
Nice.
crap though.
7.
This will be the most engaging part of the audio version of the podcast.
3 more, and we have a whole
Our
double
non-paid
digits.
sponsor, Blue Apron. Did you know you could potentially maybe make yakitori once in a blue moon with your Blue Apron subscription? Or you can Google it. Thank you for our sponsor, Google.
Allie, for a second, this is thrown to chaos. Sorry, I drank a huge thing of tea before this started, and I was dying.
You just had to, you
Okay,
just
so what
had
did you-
to go. Had to.
what did
had
you
to
roll-
go. I
what did
rolled
you
a
roll for your attack?
13.
A 13, that will miss as you come in with your axe, and she just bounces it off with her shield, and then she's just determined to smack you with this mace. And that's a natural 1. This dice is
Keep rolling
Oh,
it.
this tiefling is cursed,
helping
and I'm
us.
so happy about it.
and she just swings, and it just embeds itself into the sand. I'm gonna say with 3 natural ones in a row, the fire on the mace just dies out. It snuffs out in the sand.
Great.
But then
Sounds
she
good.
just growls at you, and she closes her eyes, and you see, and she mutters some words, and you see this little dangling amulet that she has around her, and then from the amulet, some light begins to grow and just sort of engulfs her, and she's now engulfed in this little cocoon of light, and then it disappears. But you still see the the air around her is like shimmering as if it's thicker.
Oh.
Interesting.
Your turn, Flint.
Oh boy. Alright. I am just going to kind of do a general two-handed attack at her at this point then, since I don't really need to disarm her now. It's a much less scary looking mace. 5.
That will miss.
So we're both just sucking at this, and we're both the top 2 fighters.
I mean, this is what fights actually look like, because you're swinging and she's bouncing off her armor. She's swinging, you're dodging. You're actually trading blows rather eloquently. In fiction, in game, you're doing rather awful with your dice, but in fiction, it's probably an exciting fight. It is now her turn.
Do you always start conversations this way?
She just swings at you.
That was a Princess Bride reference for you.
So she rolls a 17 plus 5, so that's a 22 to hit. 22 hits you, I believe. And then, as she swings the mace, it glows white. And you feel this extra heat energy come from the mace. At first you feel the impact and the piercing of these barbs in this gnarled fist embed itself in your shoulder. And then you feel this radiant, warm energy surge through it as well. And
great!
So, with that, you take...
What's the damage, Doc?
Ooh, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Yeah? Is it hefty?
Yeah, that's 25 points of damage total. As she has just used Divine Smite on you.
Smite, huh?
Oh, Z.
So I am at, I think that's 5 now.
It feels like your shoulder is about to shatter. And it just slams into you. So,
Cool.
You are at 5, indeed.
Wonderful.
Wait, actually, no. 25. You're at 9. There you go.
Oh, I must have done some... I must have thought that I had more damage earlier.
No, that's the first time you got hit. So.
Oh, I thought I got hit earlier. Might be.
No.
Cool.
So you are at 9 hit points, and it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move for a precision attack.
Okay.
And when you make a work, you can expend 1 superiority to. All right.
Yeah. So you roll the d20 first, and then if you don't like the roll, you can add your d8 to that.
I'm gonna add my d8.
Yeah.
So 16.
Total
Plus my attack bonus
is 22.
22. And I'm gonna roll my. So that hits, I assume.
What?
That hits.
22.
22.
22 just hits.
Thank freak.
So roll your d12.
So 10. 14.
14 damage. Okay. Ooh.
Oh, that's what I hit last time.
Yeah.
Lucky me.
So you just swing right into like her abdomen, right? Like almost one-handed. It's really, and as you swing, you feel the pain in your almost shattered shoulder.
Yeah, I bet.
And you grimace and you almost bite into your tongue a little bit, and but you bear down and you drive your axe home, and you just hear her cough as it drives right into her belly, and you see a little bit of blood splattering out of it. Let's see if... Okay. So as you pull your axe away, you see the light sort of and flicker back around it. The wound. And then on her turn, she looks at you. And she drops her shield, and she puts her hand over that cut, and you see light surge from her hand and into it.
She's not healing herself, I hope. Or she's
healing.
she's soldering her wound, maybe?
And
or is she healing?
when she removes her hand, that big wound that you just embedded in there, it's like it never happened.
Cheater! She's cheating! I point that at Gorak. You said that would be a fair fight. What is that?
She's a paladin. But it is your turn. That's all she can do.
Jeez, a tiefling paladin, huh?
Yeah, I guess that's a pretty good combo.
Get that charisma bump.
Combo breaker. Alright. At this point, I don't know if my damage with the Great Axe two-handing is gonna be affected by the state of my shoulder.
No, it's fine. That's just flavor for the narrative. You're fine.
Okay. I roll a 16 to attack, plus my attack bonus, so 22 again?
You lucky bastard. Alright.
Seriously?
Yeah. That hits. Roll for it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Not fair.
7 damage.
Total?
Total.
Okay. So. Nice. So you swing, like, sort of into her calf now. You're just trying to, like, hack her down like she's a tree. And then, oh, no.
Yeah, let her do that. Heal her over.
Death by dice. The shimmering light is still around her. With her turn, as a bonus action, she'll reach down and pick her shield back up, and then she'll just swing at you with her mace. And that is a 2 plus 5, so that's a 7. That'll miss.
Ooh.
You can really see the frustration in her now. Her hair, which was all sort of like coiffed and slicked back, is now sort of all out in her face. It's tangling in her horns. She's getting really upset. It's your turn.
George is getting upset!
Yeah. And Evan, don't forget your inspiration.
Yeah.
I do have
Yeah,
my
you can-
inspiration. Do I
You can
need it?
auto-succeed on
Can
any
I
of these
continue?
attacks.
Can I continue to hoard it any longer?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. I'll use it.
Okay.
I don't know how that would go.
So that means you don't have to roll an attack, it just hits. So roll your damage.
That might
Make
be
it count.
12.
Make it count.
Not a 1, not a 1.
10 plus 4 is 14.
What's your line?
Oh.
Oh,
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire!
And where do you embed your axe into the former champion?
Right in the abdominal region that she already healed because it pissed me off that she fixed it.
So you say, goodness gracious, great balls of fire! And you pivot and just like, it's kind of like this maneuver, just bam.
Wha-bam.
And you just slam your axe right into her side, and she goes flying about a foot.
That's it?
And lands
Foot?
in the
Just a foot?
sand. She's wearing pretty heavy armor, so yeah, just a foot.
Okay.
And she sort of gets up on one elbow and passes out in the sand. And Gorak just raises that pillow with the ring on it, and he just says, Hall of War, be merry and applaud for your new champion! And now, you've heard half of the pit shout your name before. Now they're all in unison. All these rough, brutish voices all around this pit are just chanting, Flint, 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 Flint.
And I just merrily wave and say, Thank you! Try the veal, it's great!
They have no idea what veal is.
Did you just put a Shrek reference
Yeah,
in this your grand moment of
my
triumph?
grand arena.
Oh, jeez.
Good lord. Well, congratulations, Flint.
I just totally ruined the whole vibe of that.
little bit.
Congratulations! Flint is now available on DVD and Blu-ray. Look
So
past
someone,
15 years.
Someone goes down and mends the wounds of the tiefling woman. She's just like, she looks really distant. She's like, "What? No, I don't lose. I'm domination. I'm Team Fireball." And she just looks at you now, Flint, as you're being like pulled up the ladder. She just like points to you. She's just like, "You haven't seen the last of us."
Okay.
You just one punishment.
And Gorak walks up to you, and he says, "Present your hand, Flint."
What? No!
He takes the ring, and he slides it on one of your fingers. And it's a pretty hefty ring, as he puts it on your middle finger. And no, literally, yeah, that's where he put
Actually, okay. All right.
And it's sort of a simple silver band, but like the top of it is like this huge, almost gaudy looking blue shield with two swords going through it. And as you put it on, you feel the air around you thicken a little bit. You feel a little bit heartier. No, it just feels kind of like you know, like when you put like magnets together that are the same type and they kind of repel a little bit. It's like that, and it's like this little field around you now. And so you have one as champion of the Fight Club, you get a ring of protection, and I'll send you all the stats for that later.
Congratulations!
Gorak grabs your hand and he raises up in the air, well, as high as he can, which is kind of up to like his waist. It's sort of like he's like
Because I'm a dwarf and I'm tiny.
And he's quite tall. But still, the effect is the same. Everyone's just like, "Yeah!" And you see this tiefling sort of look at you and just saunter out of the Hall of War, while everyone else immediately puts like a jug of ale in your face. And so, POV shift. Really quickly, Alexandros,
Hi.
you have just bumped into this woman with patches all over her dress. And she looks at you, and she's just like, my. You folks are really making a mess of You're all undeniably trapped in the machinations now.
What do you mean?
Well, I've already spoken to Ori. But and she like, sort of like cocks her head and she looks off into the air like she's lost in thought. Go to your friends. They'll be going in the sewers soon. And in the sewer, you might just find something for your revenant problem. Goodbye, Alexandros. I'll be in touch. And as she walks away from you, you see this door appear out of nowhere, and it opens up, and you can see through the door. It looks like this grand, huge, like tunnel, almost like a hall, but like a hallway, because you see an infinite amount of doors going off into a horizon that you can't make out, and it's endlessly spinning. And as she walks through the door, you see her sort of looks like now she's walking on the wall and now on the ceiling. She's walking around and around and forward. And then the door swings shut and it disappears.
What the hell just happened?
Good question.
Yeah, can I use my move to just like keep running away from the church?
You can keep running.
Yeah.
So, POV shift again.
Aye.
So, Ori, Merit, Karnov, Deborah, the cut ear, your bandaged-faced friend who led your mission to rob the train with the gnome. She has just walked into your bedroom, and she has told you, "We have your man. Let's talk."
How?
She says, "Last night, One particularly ostentatious fellow was lurking about in the Undercity, saying that he was looking for someone.
Why?
Well, we picked him up, and he wouldn't tell us anything, but he stood out. He looked like he was rich and would mean something to someone. We tied him up.
Kidding me?
We tied him up overnight. He wouldn't talk. Then I threatened to cut his hair, and he told me everything.
Wow.
Damn it!
Of
they
course
really
he-
have him.
Of course they. Yeah, that sounds like him. So
He said
did-
he said he had a jewel that could help him find someone. So he was trying to find that person. And they were somewhere in the Undercity.
God damn it! He was trying to be a hero.
we keep making that. No.
So, we asked him where he got this jewel, and he told us. A white tiefling named Karnov, a human named Merritt.
As
And
far
I
as
put
you
two
know.
and two together. And she sort of looks at you, and it looks like a raised eyebrow, but it's just sort of more bandages moving. And she says, and I kind of assumed it had to be you two. So,
Yeah.
well, here's the deal. The way I see it, I have a free bargaining chip for you. For one more job.
Sure. What do you want? I have no quarrel with you guys, so I'll do whatever.
And she sort of like looks around. She just says, this is a rather secret mission. Do not come to me again until you have this completed.
I already said yes. What is it?
Deep in the sewers, beneath the red light district,
Ugh.
in a pit, guarded by a horrifying creature.
Ugh.
Uh huh.
There's a staff topped with a white spider. You bring me that staff, you get your man back.
You got the deets on this creature? You seem to know a bit about the staff.
I've only heard the rumors. It lives in the muck, captures any fool near the storm drain, devours them. There's lots of people tell me there's lots of voices from the sewers and the red light.
Makes sense.
I don't know what abilities this thing has, but it's quite nasty. As it was put there for a purpose.
Do you have any interest in coming with us to do this?
Oh no. No.
If that were a factor, they would have just gone.
I have many other plates to spin.
Hmm.
But how are you so sure that she'd give back the beautiful man if you do this quest anyway?
This is a good
She would have
point.
already cut his hair.
She has no reason to double cross us. You don't, do you?
And she says, thank
She
you.
wants to stop.
I don't. Bring me the staff. I'll give you the man. He's no value to me otherwise.
Hmm.
This could be a worse situation.
How long do we have? How long will it take us to get to the red light? Will it be less than? Will this be less than 24 hours? There's a reason for that.
So it's about like the time of these various threads are a little bit off. Alexandros is still like digging at this point in the continuity, and Flint is probably just now getting into his fight with Domination. So it's probably around like 11 a.m., like noon-ish. So you have about like 16 hours. And Deborah will tell you that the red light is just at the northern end of the city. You have your train passes, thanks to us. So it should be no problem to get there.
Alright.
There is a storm drain far to the east end of the red light. It's abandoned. People know. Well, smart people will know not to go near it. That's where people disappear. But it's wide enough.
Way.
It's wide enough for a man to fit down. You follow the channels, to a converging center in the sewers. There you will find the White Spider staff.
So I'm guessing it was called the White Spider staff. What we're going to kill is a literal white spider. So y'all guys want to get stuff that can be?
Oh no! If only it were a spider, this would be no issue.
Well, either way, I just want to get out there, get in there, light it on fire, get this thing, and leave. And then you'll have your
Doesn't seem like it would be that easy at all.
It's kind of hard to argue with him. All right.
We just need stuff light. We just need stuff to throw at it that we can light on fire. This seems like something we should burn.
And she just looks at you all, and she's just like, "You know where to find me. Bring me the staff. You'll get your man."
Aye, aye.
And she sort of struts out of the room.
What did I just agree to?
Well, we're gonna go fight a monster to save a beautiful man, and hopefully not die.
It's like a princess story, but reverse.
We're gonna die.
Technically, we're after the amulet, not the guy.
We're progressive here.
So,
Turget is
want to
sort of stunned, and he's just like, "You guys have the strangest friends."
Yeah, well, so do you, Mr. Cult guy who befriends a tiefling and the Dragonborn and my butt.
He raises a finger and he's like, "That's fair."
All right, so let's journey on to our certain deaths.
Yeah. Well,
Shall we?
I think we should have a plan first before we just head off and fight this weird creature.
What, you don't want to just barrel in there with no plan? That's what we've been doing.
No,
That's worked for us so far.
That's gotten me in trouble. So, plan.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with her.
Turget looks around. He's like, "What do you?" He looks to you, Ori, and he says, "What do you want me to do?"
Well, find all you can on this creature.
About the.
I'll come back to it before sundown.
Okay,
in record time.
I'll ask around. Sure, I'll be back in like an hour, I guess. I don't know. I'll ask around. And he sort of
time is of the essence, kid.
Yeah, an hour might be too long.
Okay, half hour. Okay, bye. And he sort of.
The one other person we need, I think we need Flinton on this. After all, he could become champion of that fighting league.
He also might be. He might also be. How would you say this? Busy.
We can find out. We can. While we're walking over to the red light district, we can call him up with these stones we got. See how he's hanging in there.
Yeah, I guess.
I agree. More the merrier.
Better than getting high off of some weird creature, I suppose.
All right. So, what do you want to do to kill? What do you want to do to kill this this thing? It could be a slime. It could be a spider slime. It could be a ooze. It could be a jelly. It could be some sort of pudding. It could be a living blancmange that destroys Wimbledon.
I propose that we have somebody as bait and then have other people around the area to like counteract it.
Hey, that's what the thrall is for.
He looks. Oh, he's not there. So yeah.
No, we should use Target as a bait.
Well,
I think he's pronounced Target.
You're not gonna put a target on Target's back.
Oh, jeez, what have we done?
So what do you guys propose?
We actually probably should call the dwarf.
We should call the dwarf. Maybe the cleric, too. Tell him we, need assistance with a thing.
They're gonna make us admit we fucked up, you know that, right?
We didn't fuck up anything. None of them wanted that amulet either, let's be honest here.
Yeah,
Did any of us want to do anything with this kingdom?
You told him he could be a hero.
I told him, you gave it to him! You're supposed to be the brains of this operation! I'm the
Okay,
drunk guy!
fighting
who just
isn't
woke
gonna
up
get
from-
us anywhere.
So, Brian?
It does sometimes! It does sometimes.
Let's go get the dwarf.
Yes,
I
let's make
guess.
some kind of action.
This whole arc has really been a Pinky in the Brain sketch.
I was just going to say, Mara and Karnov are Pinky in the Brain. I've
They
been
really
thinking it
are.
for 2 weweeks.
Oh my
2
God.
weeks. I love it. I love it so
No!
much.
We gotta find David Bates and not, Brian!
What are we going over today, Karnov?
Okay, Travis, you're gonna need to try to do an Orson Welles impression to get the brain.
Gosh, I can't even do that. I've got a mean Alex Jones I've been working on, but that's
All right, so aside from the dwarf, what do we do? Do we go in there, just light some stuff on fire and throw it at him? Or do we,
No,
like-
I said the bait. We should do a bait.
let the throw get information on the area. I find out what the creature is.
If he returns,
Yes,
we've
we'll
already
return.
lost one person
He
that
will
is
return.
affiliated with us in the past 24 hours.
He'll return.
You sure?
I trust him.
Who is that?
He seems like the guy who gets kidnapped by people often.
Well, we're really good at that so far, so I think that ship has sailed.
All right. So we'll say that as you're sort of going over this, and you're sort of tapping your foot because it takes a while for him to come back, but he does come back about like an hour and a half later. And he
Oh,
comes back
good. You weren't kidding. I mean, welcome back.
out of breath, and he's sort of anti-wheezing. He's like, "Okay, sorry, I I asked around some of the people who go over to the red light if they know anything. There's lots of rumors that there's a thing with tentacles, and it grabs people who get too close.
Okay.
And
We can work with that.
And
What?
it gets in people's minds. You shouldn't trust anything down there.
So what
That's
are we
all I
talking
know.
about? What are we talking? Are we talking about like a carrion crawler or an ant keg or a
I don't know what-
beholder?
I don't know what any of those things are.
It has tentacles, we can work with that.
Yeah, but if
That's
it's a
in your mind.
beholder, I want to be prepared for it.
Then just prepare for a beholder.
All right, I'll
Worst
be
case
downstairs.
scenario, you're wrong.
All right, I'll be downstairs getting drunk then. If it's gonna be a beholder, I want to be drunk when I die.
So I'll also say that now the timelines have synced since you've waited about an hour and a half. Alexandros, as you're actually running, you see a door appear again, and then the woman walks out again, and she's just like, "My mistake, dear. The name is Zytalia. If you ever need me again." And she pats your cheek, and you feel invigorated, and you're back to full health, and you have all your spell slots back.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
And she says, "Don't get used to this. Bye now." And she steps back into the door, and it slams shut, and disappears.
Come back, guardian angel.
And then you hear my lovely voice come through your stone. Hey, Alexandros, we need you down at the tavern. Can you come now?
I'm like searching through my bag and I'm like fiddling around with the coin.
Mm-hmm.
And then I nearly drop it, and then as I like put it up to my, it's like, hello?
You know who I am.
Don't you know who I am?
Come to the dang tavern so we can plan out a plan so we can die. Got it?
You're not really selling me on this idea.
Will you
Well,
stop
too
telling
bad.
people not to die? Ugh.
I'm a fatalist. What do you expect from me?
I shouldn't have let you drink. Ugh.
Do I need
That's
to
all
get...
I do. That's all I'm good at, aside from magic missile and stealing stuff and.
Are you really arguing on the coins right now?
No.
Yes.
It's at that point. Merit, that your coin goes inert.
Ah,
Because the sending spell is rather limited and it only gives you like a brief conversation at a time.
Ugh, I can only argue for so long.
Alexandris, if you can help, we'll be at the tavern. Thanks, bye.
All right, now you call Flint.
Okay.
Did you just like dial with a rotary phone?
No, I was like hitting it to turn it back on. Okay.
Okay.
So,
am I within range?
Yeah, these have unlimited range. That's the nice thing about them. They just they can only give you short conversations. So you're like 3 tankards deep in with your new ring, and everyone's like
Yet to
congratulating you on the
secure
fight.
my invitation yet, by the way.
Dwarf.
Oh yeah. Well, it's at this moment that Gorak's sitting next to you, and he says, "You know, it's customary that the Fight Club champion always accompanies me to a grand gala coming up soon. Are you interested in attending?"
Is that right? Yeah, I absolutely would be. I'm curious about what kind of people are in the class to attend those kinds of things in the jungle.
Well, some of them aren't quite as sophisticated fighting types like ourselves, but
I can only imagine.
there's enough liquor, enough good food, and enough interesting people that it'll be worth your time.
I wonder if there's leaders in innovation as well.
Well, it's held by Sumi. He's the greatest innovator of them all.
I've heard that name before.
Well, he runs the Bureau of Transit. Hope you have.
Yeah. Man. And then I guess that thing starts buzzing in my pocket.
At that point, you're feeling the buzz. Actually, and like as you feel the buzz, you hear the message in your head. You don't have to like hold it up.
Oh, okay.
So you hear Karnov's voice saying,
Dwarf. Are you done doing killing today?
And I'm just kind of sort of looking around, looking at Gorak, and then trying to figure out how I'm gonna are these stones normal to have or what?
My stone turns on too. Oi! Stop pussyfooting around. You get back to the tavern. Click.
Okay.
We've run into a situation. If you need to do more killing, we'll be at the tavern.
Okay. All right. So I kind of finish basically chugging a beer a little bit as they're speaking in my ear, and I very casually finish it, shake Gorak's hand, and I thank him for his generosity. And I look forward to seeing him for the gala.
"Yeah, of course. I will see you then. And of course, Flint. Not now, but maybe someone might come along to contest your title. But until then, you've earned it."
Yeah, just give me the call then.
Yeah, and he also pauses, and he's like, "I'll let you know at the gala."
Cool. I head back to the tavern with a busted ass shoulder.
So, Alexandris and Flint, you guys both arrive at the tavern after some time, and you see a fretful Ori, Turgid, Merritt, and Karnov all sitting in still the same room. They haven't switched yet.
Okay,
Thanks.
so long story.
Give him the short story.
Ziggy Stardust decided to try to be a hero with the amulet that Merritt convinced me to give him, and
I convinced you to. Yeah,
Pat-
actually,
Who
Kind
are
of.
we
I did
talking
that one.
about?
The beautiful
Oh,
one.
you
No,
haven't
I
met
don't.
him yet.
Who
That's
are?
right.
What is this?
Flint and Alexandris have not heard of him at all. You guys didn't even
Start
go
from
through
the-
that.
Can you
Ziggy-
start from the
Ziggy-
beginning and somebody get
Who are
me
you
a
talking
damn
about?
bag of frozen peas for my shoulder, please?
what are frozen peas?
You
Even
don't
I
know?
Put
Even
a
I know
cold
what those
compress.
are.
Anyway,
Start from the beginning, Karnov. Tell him everything.
fine. So Ziggy was the
You didn't
was
lose
the,
the princess's stone, did you? Is that what this is about?
Why do you care about that now? I'm
I
only
never-
yelling.
I cared about it from the beginning. It was you who didn't care about it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So
You lost it, didn't you?
About that,
We didn't lose it.
we know
we-
exactly where it is.
Meaning
That's
you
right.
lost it.
No, we didn't lose it.
Look, Ziggy was the minstrel we were convincing to let us into the gala.
Oh,
and
right.
As a part of our manipulation, we might have loaned him it. And Ziggy, Starchild, figured out what it really was and decided to go save the princess and got captured. And now we have to go kill a tentacled monster to make the pack happy again.
What?
And Merritt's drunk.
Yeah. Well, Deborah,
I
the queen,
always
isn't part of
am.
the pack. She's with the queen. But yeah.
But yeah, just, you know.
Yeah, and Karnov is the one who gave it to him. Karnov, blame Smarty Boy here. Blame him.
It was your idea, genius.
It was our
And
idea.
that's all beside the point. The whole thing is that now we have to fight some tentacled monster, and
Yeah, that's right. We agreed to get a thing from a dark place with a thing that is probably gonna kill us all. But
it's
you can
not
kill
gonna
it,
kill
right?
us all. It's a plan.
It's
You can
not
kill-
going to kill us, we just need, some violent hands.
We need you. We need you, Flint. Can you go in there, preferably by yourself, and destroy this thing?
We are not sending him in by himself.
So you're sending me to a sex dungeon because you made a mistake.
I mean, it is in the red light district, but we're not sending you by yourself.
Yeah, we're sending a target with you.
Ugh.
Oh, great.
Well, we sit here and get drunk on cheap wine.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Thaumaturgy myself.
Hello, who has the shoulder that had a bomb go off inside of it? It feels like, and possibly literally.
I use Thaumaturgy to start distracting Merritt with a whispering voice on in his left
Why
ear.
don't you use one of your little shit spells to heal my shoulder?
I don't know any.
That's
So
the cleric's
I
thing.
should send target, whatever his name is, to go get something for Flint's shoulder.
But for now,
Okay.
I'm gonna distract Merritt so we can have.
Why are we, so hold on. Is this bard skilled?
Surprisingly, yes.
Yeah, he
So
knows
why
how to
are
get
we
his
why are we concerned?
because he fucked up. That let me put it that way. He
We
fucked up.
still need him to get into the gala, and if we don't bring him back, the butchers are gonna kill us.
Yeah, there's some
Okay.
Let's take a step back and just like he didn't. You both fucked up. We're just cleaning up your mess here. So the fact that now the fact that he is underground with a tentacle porn monster with something we absolutely need is not his fault. It is your fault. So
be
let's
fair-
just set that right now.
To be fair,
What party
never
are we
decided we
trying
needed
to?
it.
What party are we trying to or are currently associated with that we did not get pissed off today?
the queen's person apparently.
we're okay with her. They just have our person.
Ah,
The pack might have shot
You
me.
mean
Though.
Deborah?
Yeah, she has our guy. She has no qualms with us. She just has our guy because he fucked up.
Wait, so Deborah, who's our ally, kidnapped somebody
On
they
accident.
fucked up.
They
Accident.
didn't know it was our.
y'all fucked up. Y'all fucked up real bad.
Well, you want to get us unfucked up? Then help us.
Fine. How long do we have?
How long
Less
do
than
we
24
have?
hours.
You have so it's probably about like 2 p.m. right now. So you
16
have about, like,
hours.
Yeah, 10, 16 hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that we should probably split up at this time, since time is limited. Some of us go to the gala and the ball, and others.
Whoa,
go fight
no,
the
no,
monster.
that's not
Oh, wait.
tonight, though. That's
Are you-
not tonight.
Yeah.
The
We still have
gala's
time.
in 4 days. You have time for the gala.
Yeah.
We
And
have
time.
Ori, are you sure the last time we split up, these two ended up causing somebody to be like kidnapped
Yeah,
on the
no, we're
ground right
sticking
now?
together
Okay,
at this
maybe.
point.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
it's better we
How
stay
about
together.
We need to get back together.
How about we just do this like as like an overnight gig, so I can do a short rest or something.
Whatever.
Good idea. It's the red light district. It'll still be busy.
Ah. So it would.
And at that
Shaking my
Okay,
head.
so what's the plan? What are we gonna do?
Oh boy.
We're gonna
It
clean
sounds
up their
like-
mess.
It
No,
sounds
well,
like
well,
all of you
I
are
enjoy
going
your
to the
help.
district.
I'm gonna help.
So do we know where he is?
Yes.
But we're not getting him right away. We need to get something first.
What do we
And
need
then-
to get?
We need to kill a thing, staff, and bring it back to them.
Why?
The tentacle
or
monster we mentioned.
Or we'll all die, basically, is the why.
Well, 2 of us will.
They'll find the other 4, 5, 6,
Maybe.
possibly.
Okay.
Okay.
So it sounds like you guys are all going to the sewer together.
Yes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Red light district. All right.
My shoulder better not get infected.
And
It might.
as you say that, the door opens and the bartender walks in. And he's like, "Oh, so that's why you wanted a new room." Staring at the broken window.
Basically.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
This
It'll
is a
just-
place.
I'll add it to your tab. And he just leaves. And with that, we'll end this session of the dungeon, folks.
Where we
Yeah.
fucked up hard. Oh man, I fucked that up.
Oh,
Doing the
jeez.
angry,
Rick.
So
doing
bad.
the angry merit voice like hurts my jaw. I need to stop doing that.
All right, y'all. Well, that was a good time. Thanks to anybody who was watching. Thanks to anybody who's listening to this after the fact. So lots of good stuff happened. Alexandros encountered his nemesis again, and a familiar yet strange face. Well, not familiar to him, but Flint became champion, and then
And I got a thing.
and you got a thing. I will send you. It's
We'll
a really
get
good
stats
thing.
on that later.
Yeah. And then Merritt's, Karnov, and Ori have learned and cemented their new plan to resecure Z.
We just are no. We argued. Be honest. We just argued.
You argued for 2 hours, yeah. I mean, technically, you argued like all, basically. And so
We've been
Alexanderson-
arguing for like 10 sessions. Yeah.
It's like
Argue squad.
it's like fantasy version of Frasier.
right.
I told
Good
you, we're the Newman and Kramer.
Kramer.
What can I say? Travis and I have good yelling chemistry.
Yeah,
Yelling-
That's
yelling
about it.
chemistry.
I'm still attaching to Pinky in the brain. That's just what I imagine.
That's a good one.
All right. Well.
That's a good one.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, again. We will catch you guys next Monday with the continuation of this story, where we'll have everybody together again, finally.
Yeah.
And we'll see what they do underneath the red light district.
Bye
Things
bye.
that get interesting.